So the other day, one of my good friends asked me some questions about relationship advice, and I wasn't sure I was the right person to do that, but you know what? After more thought process, I did give her some of my advice because I thought more like relationships are just like anything we go through with any worker, family member, friend. Everything's a relationship. So when you think about it from that perspective, I gave her this advice. I said, the best thing I would say, especially when you're coming out of relationships, a long-term one, is to remember not to diminish your value. Remember that. When you get out of a relationship, remember not to diminish your value. If your value is set here, whether that was the beginning of the relationship, the middle, maybe towards the end, wherever the highest value was, remember that part of it. Remember who you were. And don't let that person leaving diminish or change that perspective or value. I hope that makes sense. A lot of times we go through relationships and we get it, man. We go through it. We go through the ringer. Everyone has their versions of relationships that weren't great. And what I will tell you is the best thing that we can do is try to figure out what the lessons or the blessings were. Don't let that person take your value any lower than you've always had it for yourself. Remember that. That's the best advice I can give anybody going out of transitions, out of relationships, with coworkers, with friends, with family members, and especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Please, when you get into a relationship, when you get out of a relationship, do your best to take the highest road possible. Wish that person well. Know that person served that purpose now, and now find your purpose with something more, with yourself. Always love yourself out of any relationship. Remember that. I have a hard time sometimes doing this myself, but remember, when you leave a relationship or the relationship has left you and it's done, you do not diminish your value here. Always love yourself the most. And remember that you're a person of God, of blessings, man. You're a person of light and love, and you create your happiness. It's going to be really tough to see out of a relationship, but try your best. Remember, don't diminish your value, and blessings on blessings, baby.